No, don't do that. Hi, I'm Juliette. Oh god, what do I even say here? Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. God, this is like the hardest bit. I just wanted to talk about my fitness journey. No. Ugh. Hi, I'm Juliette and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first ever video, so please bear with, it's not going to be perfect. Yeah, today I'm going to be talking about my fitness journey. This is something that I'm really passionate about. I kind of made a huge transformation last year and I've had loads of people asking me on my social media how I've got there and what I've done, and to be honest, I just want to share some positivity and just show people that I'm just like any other normal girl trying to lose a bit of weight. I thought the best way would be to just get this all out on a video. I will be doing more videos on things in a bit more detail, like things I eat in a day, exercises that I'm doing. Obviously this is a really difficult time for everyone. We're in lockdown and it's really hard to, you know, find motivation to exercise, and hopefully it will help some people. Not everyone is going to be the same as me. Obviously everyone's different, so anything that I've done and anything that I share with you in this video, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to have the same effect on you, but I just wanted to shed some light on my story and hopefully some of it will be really useful. I do honestly believe that fitness journeys, it's never just like start to finish, and I definitely think that it's something that you just sort of go on a bit of a journey and it doesn't ever end if you want to maintain it. And life is life. You're going to go through phases where you put on weight and you lose weight, and can I just say, I'm not saying that, you know, you need to be a certain size to be happy. Like, everyone should absolutely love themselves for how they are. It is literally just learning about just trying to be a better version of yourself. It's definitely not about, you know, oh, you've got to have muscle to look great, or you've got to be skinny, you've got to have a big bum. Like, it's definitely not what I'm trying to say. This was just literally about being a better version of myself, to get healthier, just to have a better lifestyle. I've never ever been that kid at school that was really good at sports. I've never been sporty. Growing up, I did used to dance and I used to love it. I started when I was 3 and I think I finished when I was about 16, 17. So it was very much a big part of my childhood, but I've never been sporty. PE at school, I would always come last in bleep test, like hated PE. Being a graphic designer, my job isn't very active. I'm constantly sitting at a desk focusing on designs and pictures. Like, you don't move around a lot. And health hasn't really been a massive thing for me. Like, I've never been massively focused on my health either. And the main thing that has always been since the day I was born, food. Like, I love to eat. My mum's from the Philippines and they cook amazing food. Whenever there's a celebration, you know, there's a table full of food.
I love to eat.
Back in 2016, I got in a serious relationship with my current boyfriend, and as any relationship, you get really happy, you don't really care about what you look like, and we ended up going on holiday in 2018 to Greece. It was lovely. Again, my eating habits just kick in and I just eat and eat and eat. Obviously you're on holiday, so you're gonna eat even more food. I just felt like a beached whale. Like, I was just constantly bloated every single day. I just felt sluggish and tired all the time. I used to smoke a lot as well. I started smoking back in sixth form and I was like kind of on and off smoking right up until last year. I just felt really super unhealthy, so I just said to myself, should I probably sort this out? If you're gonna do this and if you want to go on a proper transformation, it's only gonna work if you're doing it for yourself, to improve your well-being, your lifestyle, to just make yourself feel better about yourself. If you just want to impress someone else, then it's not going to work. I've done this a couple of times in the past where I tried to lose a bit of weight, and I was never doing it to improve my lifestyle, to improve my health. I was probably doing it for all the wrong reasons. My main goal was to basically tone up and just lose a bit of fat. I never expected to like show an ab, or I had 2 holidays coming up in 2019. So I had a family holiday with my boyfriend's parents in June, and I had a holiday with my boyfriend booked in September. I had quite a long time to kind of prep for those holidays, and they were kind of like my end goal. My end goal was to kind of feel comfortable in a bikini, and like not go on holiday and feel like I can't eat the world because like I feel disgusting, you know, feel like I've earned that holiday food. I've never had the best self-esteem, but I kind of said to myself, do you know what, if I put my mind to it, I could probably make a change. So what I'll be going through are these 3 main things. So the first one is exercise. Exercise is obviously a massive part. The other thing is diet. That is like, it is just so key. And the third thing is probably even more important than diet. Diet and exercising is not going to work without number 3, and that is mindset. Mindset is everything. Anyone who could hear me right now must think I'm a nutcase. So how it all started, a lot of people would have tried using personal trainers and found that it's not worked out, it's not stuck, and it's probably for various different reasons. A, that personal trainer wasn't right for you, you didn't gel with them. I always think it's important to, if you're going to get a personal trainer, that you connect with them on a certain level. B, again, like I said at the start, if you're doing it for someone else, then it's never going to work. Or C, if you haven't got enough money. Now, I think I really do strongly recommend, if you're going into this clueless, then at least invest or save a little bit of money for a trainer, because they're literally going to tell you everything that you need to know. Obviously, I can only tell you so much because this is just me and what I've done. Everyone's got different metabolisms, everyone's got different heights, weights, shapes, sizes, calories that they should be eating every day. I did see a personal trainer. Her name is McTaggart. I used her right from the start of my journey, right up until I went to my holiday in Ibiza, so that was nearly a year. I was training with her, and I would train with her once a week. She kind of like taught me everything that I know about calories, picking up a weight. Like, God, like, girls, don't you just hate it when you go to the gym and you want to pick up the weights because you want to tone up, and you look over the weight section and it's just full of guys? It's so intimidating. I'll probably do another video on how you can get over that, but just go over it because no one else cares. Like, only you are thinking that. I absolutely loved my sessions with her. She just told me straight, and if you just want someone to just tell you how it is, then if you're based in Essex, she's based in Rochford, she's great. So exercising alongside with training with Cara. I was part of a gym, but I ended up joining David Lloyd's in Southend. Honestly, I love it. It is really expensive, but I definitely got my money's worth because I was going like 2-3 times a week. I'm actually gutted about it being shut right now in this current situation, but I think it's a great gym. I hate posy gyms. Everyone's just so nice. I thought it was going to be really snooty when I went there, and that's just so not me, but it's just not at all. Until you get to know the community and the people that are there as well, it's so good. One key thing for me was classes. So I was working full time in London, so I was having to commute to London every single day, Monday to Friday, and they would have classes that fit in perfectly, and they have such a good variety: body pump, cardio, yoga. But the one class I really feel stood out for me was Blaze. Just to explain what Blaze is, it has its own room, it has its own brand, everything. A typical class is like 45 minutes, and you literally do 3 minutes on each station 3 times. It don't sound like a lot, but it is killer. You sweat like crazy, but it's great. That's what you want. The best thing about it is that you wear these belts that measure your heart rate, and your heart rate is on a board with your name on it. And the fact that that's up there and you can see everyone else's as well, like some people get a bit competitive, and it's a good laugh, and yeah, it just makes you want to improve each time you go. I definitely think it helped me get really lean. However, balance is key. If you're doing loads and loads of HIIT, which I did, like I kind of got a bit obsessed with Blaze and I kind of just did it all the time. If you're doing HIIT, make sure you're doing strength as well. And if you're doing strength, make sure you're doing a bit of holistics. I think when you do all 3 of those things like hand in hand, you end up like overall like really strong in the others. So if you're doing too much HIIT, you'll just end up burning yourself out. And I started doing it so much to the point where I started to see my heart rate wasn't getting high enough, and like I was absolutely smashing it. Like I couldn't give any more in me, and I still wasn't hitting my highest heart rate. And it was a good thing in a way, like it meant I was getting fitter, but I was almost burning myself out, that my body wasn't allowing enough rest time for me to actually reach those numbers. And you're only going to burn the calories if you reach those numbers. Rest. I'm still trying to learn this, but rest is so important. I think what got me there was the fact that I started to see results. Once you start seeing results, it's like the best thing. My coffee's going cold and talking too much. Some days you'll get like where you overdo it and you'll end up burning out and feeling like, oh my god, like I can't do it, like I'm so tired all the time, and you're doing this, you're going to work, you've got to do that, you've got to clean this, you've got to do that, and it just ends up being too much and you end up stressing yourself, and then you lose the enjoyment out of it. Or you could get the opposite problem and finding the motivation. Now there's 2 different points that I found really difficult to tell the difference between, and that's when your body actually needs rest and you shouldn't go to the gym, you should be resting, or when your mind is telling you can't really be bothered, like that's when you should just go. That's when you're going to start seeing results. If you stop going to the gym when you don't feel like it, again, this is all kind of like to do with mindset, but that moment where you feel like you just can't be bothered to go, or you can't be bothered to do that workout, just do it. Because once you've done it, you'll feel so much better for it in the end, and that's when you start to see like you're making a difference. Next thing, diet. So diet is massive. I started to notice that real difference when my diet changed. I've never really actually tried any other diets like properly, but I honestly believe that the only thing that's going to work if you want to lose a bit of weight, tone up, make a better version of yourself, if you want to do that, then calorie deficit. Calorie deficit just basically means if you're eating less calories than you are burning them daily or weekly or monthly. You can track how many calories you're eating and how many calories you're burning. I use MyFitnessPal. MyFitnessPal, it looks like that. Don't know if you can see it. It's that blue logo. And yeah, you can basically put in the calories you're eating daily. So you can put in your breakfast, your lunch and your dinner, and any snacks you have. You can track all of that on there. You can also track your exercise. I don't do that on there, but I know a lot of people do. But I just literally put it in there to just see how many calories I'm eating a day. People who are like really super strict weigh their food. It is important, obviously, to weigh your food so you know exactly the amount of food that you're eating. And then to track exercising, I have a Apple Watch. Obviously, like, you can just use a Fitbit or any other kind of watch that does the same thing. You just got to make sure that you are burning more than you're eating. If you do have any questions about dieting or exercising, please comment below, and I'm going to be doing videos that are way more informative about what I've done. So I do realise that there's so much more involved. The main factor for my transformation is mindset. So having a positive mindset. If you believe you can do something, you will do it. If you're determined enough, you will do it. You've just got to put in the work and not put too much pressure on yourself. You know, the goals that you set yourself, be realistic about it. If you've got a holiday in 2 weeks' time and you want to be slimmer for it, first of all, it's not very maintainable, sustainable, it's not realistic. Just make sure your goals are a bit more realistic and that work for you. The one thing that's worked for me is the fact that I've been able to keep this up. I did my weight loss journey throughout a long period of time, so now when I eat and I do have a cheat meal, it probably won't make a difference to my physique. It's as long as I go back to normal the next day. I've got myself to a level where this is my new normal, and you know, it takes a lot to get there, but you know, I don't have to worry about my diet as much as I did last year, because that was when I was making the real change. Yes, mindset is everything. You have to believe in yourself. If you're telling yourself, I'll just have that chocolate bar, it's not going to make a difference. You need to it's called I'm going to link it below, but MEL ROBBINS, I absolutely love her. She talks about the 5-second rule, and she talks about how motivation's rubbish, it doesn't exist, which is true. Motivation is never there when we really need it. I used to commute from London every single day, and coming home on that train and then having to go to the gym, like I couldn't think of anything worse. But you just have to get out of what you call in your head habit loops, and you're telling yourself, no, I want to go home and get in bed. Once you just break those habit loops, you'll be able to do anything you want. And that's just not being healthy, that's just anything in life. If you have a goal that you want to achieve, breaking those habit loops, if you want to make a change, you will make that change if you break those habits. I would definitely recommend reading about the 5-second rule. It's about whenever you're going to make a decision about something, make sure you count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 backwards in your head, and then you'll just do it. At the same time, it's really like a fine line between that and like putting too much pressure on yourself. Well, this is something that I wanted to be able to keep up, and I didn't want to go back. Life does get in the way. I do think it is really, really hard, and it has been really, really hard for me to keep up working in a full-time job. I absolutely love my job as a graphic designer, like I'm so passionate about it, and the company that I worked for, we had flexible hours, so I was able to like flex my gym and my training around work, which was great. But again, if you really, really want something enough, you will find a way. However, after 2 years of being with that company, I decided that I really wanted like a new challenge in graphic design, and I just wanted to change up what I was doing, like learn something new from a different brand. So I got this new job at a new brand, and the demands of the role was like really, really high, and my whole routine had changed. I was having to travel further. Obviously I considered all these things before, but the opportunity was so amazing that I couldn't turn it down, and I just thought, I'll be able to make the gym work, I'll be able to do it. I had been in Ibiza, and I had got really, really lean. I was so happy and confident in myself, and then when I started this new job, I started to lose that a bit, and I basically couldn't find the time to go to the gym. I actually spent nights coming home crying my eyes out because I felt like I just couldn't fit it in anymore. I was so disappointed that I wasn't able to get it in, and it was really, really stressful. And there would be times where I was like, no, like this opportunity is amazing, like I want to try and make this work. Or I'd try and do it at the weekends, but I was so tired from all the travel and the demands of the role that I just couldn't physically find the energy at the weekend. I do get it, it is so hard to fit it into different lifestyles, but I realised how important that this was to me. And it's not just training, it's like my whole lifestyle, you know. I have a family, I have a boyfriend, I have friends, you know, I have other commitments in life that I really want to, you know, make sure that I'm pursuing, and I couldn't do that. So that's when I decided to leave. And just before I left, it was just announced that there was a pandemic, so it was just like crazy timing. Basically what happened to my body was like, my diet was all over the place because I was so stressed, but I probably wasn't eating enough, so I lost all this muscle mass and then just gained fat in like really odd places. I felt weak. I felt like all like my energy and my strength, like mainly my muscle strength, like just being drained out of me. So this just kind of brings me on to where I'm at now. So I feel like I went through a bit of another mini transformation recently, because obviously now it's lockdown and we're all finding it really hard to like stay motivated and find ways to like exercise. And it wasn't until I started doing Courtney Black workouts. My friend who I go to the gym with, she said to me, you know, Juliette, have you tried the Courtney Black workouts? And I was like, no, I've heard of her, but like I've never tried this. Oh my god, she is amazing. Like she just brings her energy to every single live class. So basically she does a live class every single day on Instagram, and honestly my body's transformed again, and I'm so happy because I feel like the old Juliette's coming back from last year. I'm so happy that I've been able to do this again, and I feel happier again. I feel like I've got more energy, I feel stronger. This is kind of like what I'm doing now in this current situation. Obviously I want to get back to training at the gym, I want to get back to going to Blaze. However, Courtney Black has kind of like saved my lockdown. If you're looking to do some home workouts that really motivate you, then do hers. One thing that has made me really happy with my transformation and not put too much pressure on myself is to literally just learn to love myself for how I am. You were born as you, and you can't change that, and everyone's special in their own different ways. Like we all have things that we don't like about ourselves, but that's what makes us who we are. You may as well just learn to love it, because you can't change that. A lot of us like look at mainly social media and think we're being told that we have to look a certain way. This is the one thing that I've learned. Like I started this journey thinking I just wanted to lose a bit of weight, and then you get yourself into a stage where I can constantly improve, and we're surrounded by being told how we're supposed to look. There's certain things that I feel really self-conscious about, not even to do with my weight or my fitness. I don't have the greatest skin in the world. I have got scoliosis in the spine. I have felt quite self-conscious about how wonky it is, but the fact that I've improved my physique and my strength, and I genuinely feel so much happier in myself. The other thing as well is life is just way more than just having a few abs. It's just about feeling good and being healthy and being about the best version of yourself. I used to always think, oh my god, like I just want to shred this leg off, I want to shred this fat off my legs. I'm quite small at the top, but I've got wider hips and like bigger legs. I used to hate that. I used to see all these pictures on Instagram of girls with like really stick thin legs and be like, oh my god, what do I need to do to get that? Oh. This is what I wish I told myself. You just need to be a better version of you. I've got bigger legs, so I'm gonna have bigger legs. Like that's just how I am. And I think if you're smaller and you want to be curvier, like embrace the fact that you're smaller. You always want what you can't have. There's someone looking at you thinking, god, I wish I want what you've got, and then you're looking at someone else thinking, god, I wish what she had, but she's thinking that about someone else. The only reason why I'm saying this is because I've been round in circles in my head. I'm not good enough, or I wish this, I wish that, I wish I had this, I wish I had that. And I still do. You still have really bad days where you just feel so crap about yourself. But it's just all about putting things in perspective. Life is way more. Just having abs or having a great figure is just a bonus. Try not to compare yourself to other people, because everyone is different. But I think if you can just try and do that sometimes, like it will make such a difference. The more you start to tell yourself like, no, you're great, you're good enough, like the more you will feel good enough. But yeah, I'm gonna stop there. Thank you ever so much to everyone who has watched this video. I literally appreciate it so much. I'm gonna definitely do some more videos because I feel like I haven't been able to get in half of what I want to tell you guys. Any like top tips you want to know, like please comment below or drop me a message. I've definitely struggled as well, so it'd just be good to share with everyone. If this is the first time you're seeing me on YouTube, you can follow my Instagram. It's at Juliette Marie B. But yeah, I would really appreciate it if you like this video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. But yeah, thank you for watching my first video. Stay positive. Bye.